Hello everyone, Radar here with another grounded video. Today's video we're going into another component of the Crimson Keep, the arms dealer area. We are in Army Guy's apartment, and the reason we're in his apartment is because if you go through his bathroom, go through the shower, squat down, you go through the little crawl space, you're in the arms dealer area. The arms dealer has his space for storing weapons, storing armor, he even has a guard, he even has a secret space in here for his own personal stuff. And we even have a still, by the way. He sells moonshine, by the way. He's not just the guy who sells things that falls off my truck. We have a still. I don't know how he made this thing work, but somehow or another constructed a still here in Grounded. And one of the devs was here watching while we were doing it. And he just kind of gave me the eyes. I laughed. So I'm going to try to recreate this the best I can, having that grass go through into here like this. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it, but I'm going to give it my best shot. If not, we just may not have this front stuff here, and we'll have all the rest of it. So let's go look at the actual arm. This is his storage area, by the way. This is not even selling for the arms dealer guy. So the arms dealer area is right here. He comes in through there. He's got some armor on display, weapons on display, and different signage. Repair items for when people decide to take their melee weapon that they want to test out and beat the snot out of this armor dummy here. Well, that's what this is for. And it even, this sign would say, please don't break it. Or something like that. And then we have the ranged area if you buy a bow. Since you can shoot at that and it won't break, you can just shoot at this all day long. And there's a light behind it somewhere. There's two of them, I think. And then down this long, dark hallway. With a net, this thing is supposed to move. It doesn't move. Stuffed gnat. It's supposed to be like the little door bell when you open the door and it ding ding when a door opens at a shop. That's what this is. That's me punching the wall because I clicked the wrong thing. He even has his own guard out here. He decked this guy out in the ladybug armor. Then he also has a soldier ant to help protect because this is a secret way in from the slums. That is another build video coming soon. Actually, might be the next one I do. Doing the slums here with the soup kitchen on top. And the secret way to get into the arms dealer area. But for right now, we're going to focus on just this. So it's mostly, this one little kind of passageway, some storage, which I could always add on top of it. There's a lot of space. But let me go ahead and switch over to creative. We'll start building and we'll get this knocked out. So give me a second. I'll be right back. All right, so here we are in the creative file. And everything shifted a little bit more than I would like, but that's okay. We can work with it. So the hallway was one foundation section wide by a little bit taller than that. If I'm not mistaken, I had it all the way up there to counteract the height of these guys. There's two of them. That way your character walks underneath them and not into them. Now, I am in a much smaller space than what I have in my survival file, so we'll see how this turns out. And I've already realized that that doesn't go there. That's okay. Now we'll do it like that. Because I got to figure out the stairs up. Because spirally stairs don't work. Or do they? I'm pretty sure they could work. But with the space that I had, I went with just regular stairs. So that's going to mean that the inside area is a little bit smaller. But you have the two stairs up because you need to get up to that upstairs, the upper area. I'll close that. We're going to do our front little deal here. Now this goes all the way across. Now in my survival file, this is one wall section wider. I may actually just have to make this one wall section wider anyway. So I'm going to pause and do that real quick. Be right back. All right, so I just went ahead and just pushed out the side wall one section to make this 3 sections across. In the regular game, this is not, it doesn't look like that. It's a nice smooth wall, but survival mode. But like I said, survival and creative here, they're not quite the exact same. So we have a countertop that's 3 wall sections across, and it goes all the way to the wall. There is no little flap that lifts up for you to get in. None of that kind of stuff. You get in by being the guy who lives in the apartment and coming in this way. There's also, where is it? Why am I looking over there? Door. And I do want the door to be halfway through. So, Arms Dealer guy is going to sell, potentially sell some armor. Definitely sell some weapons. Because this one makes the moonshine. He'll be selling that too. Of course, across the top of here, we put up a bunch of weapon racks. Put a bunch of stuff on it. Underneath here. Let me squat down and then do it. There we go. I did moonshine, basically because you can put canteens on this and they would be like the moonshine holders. And then there's lights. Because, we got the nice soft green light. And then he had ammunition and stuff in these little baskets. So, that is the countertop. Now we're going to go up and do the upstairs area since that is, the ceiling for the rest of this. Meowt. We come up here, let's get out of first person. What time of day is it? Oh, it's 1900. Well, it is creative, so I'm just going to throw a lean-to in the corner. And then we're going to finish filling in the ceiling with foundations. Now, you can leave the foundations hollow from the bottom. Personally, I don't like that. Or you can go through with some grass and close it all in. I believe I closed all of mine in with grass. I had to double check. And that goes all the way to there because from there up is where the slums are. The rest of that will be built in another video. So he comes up. He'll have, let's see, wall. And he still gets to have his little hidey spot back here behind this. Basically, that wall just kind of pushes you out towards the middle of the area. He still has his little hiding space. Time check. Just going to go ahead and pause and wait for the day to get a little brighter. Be right back, guys. Alright, so we've done the whole sleep thing. I went ahead and closed in the back wall because I do remember there was a solid wall right here since that's where the still is. It's back there. Still, that's going to be a little bit of a tight spot to try and put it in there, but I'm going to do my best. Okay, well, apparently that's... whatever. That's the guard. The guy who watches out for all the stuff. Let me move my lean-to out of the way. And then what you saw there was basically every 2 sections there was... every section there was 2 armor dummies. I had it backwards. And that went all the way down the wall. That was the kind of his... if he's selling armor, gotta have backup supplies. Trying to get it to go... excuse me, right there. Matter of fact, let me actually delete that last one. This whole end down here is for the still. And then... trying to get this to go in a very certain spot. That'll work. Like I said, survival mode, my area is a little bit bigger. It's okay. And because you can put, well, you can put more than 4, but 4 just kind of has a nice clean look to it. You can put a bunch of weapons up here too. No, they're not straight. I know that. I'm also putting them up very hastily. Okay. Now we're going to do the still. This still needs to be half a wall section off of this wall right here. So we're going to grab one of these, place that there. And then that's going to go right there. That's if this will allow me to put that shelf and then put a water tank right up against it. So now it just becomes a fine balance of how far back can you put this? Oh, I had it. So it's two water tanks side by side. This little shelf sticking off the wall, it goes into the tank a lot further in my survival file. I don't know how I got that to happen, but it did. And if I can get that to sit just right, we can actually have that in there to make it like a strainer. I have no clue about how these things actually work. May not be able to get that on there. Well, and that's not going to work. Not a problem. Moving on. Gotta have some way to stir it. Different ingredients to add to it. When it's done, it pours into there. That's why you saw my survival file. This was filled with juice. This was filled with clear liquid. So the yellow that goes up through the pipes gets heated, cooked, whatever, comes out as moonshine. Because those sit perfectly down in there, they look like they're going into the thing. And then if you put a canteen on here, that will look like a gauge or a nozzle to let you know if you've gone too far one way or the other. I have no clue. And then if I do this just right, oh well. Got to be able to heat it. Decided to add a little extra lights to mine. Because I wanted to be fancy. I had a sign on the front because you can mount a sign right on the front of it like that. Too, I can't put anything else on the sign. Mine also has enough space to get around the back so that there are extra supplies for when you're making your shine. That is how we made the still. Only thing that's missing is the basket. That basket sitting in there. But other than that, that is the still. So that's actually pretty good. I was a little worried about the half shelf coming through, but it worked out just fine. Gives you a spot to put the ant head, which is the stir. You gotta be able to stir stuff. So that is the storage area above the arms dealer area. Let's go finish the arms dealer space now. All right, so there was an armor dummy and the guy with the other thing. What was the other thing? The basketball hoop. And yes, those can go up through there. You can either sink them down or have them go up. One of the two. So you can do either or. I actually kind of like the sinking them down. All right, that's as far back as that goes. As far back as it's going to go. And so we leave that one long skinny hallway in. I'm looking for the door. Oh, I'm always looking for the door in the wrong spot. Kind of like having the door at the halfway point. I don't know why, but I do. Got to close that gap over the door. And then this is where I had the gnat hanging from right here. So that when you open the door, it would ding ding, let you know somebody was walking in. All of this would be closed in with grass on the bottom. So you can't look up and see out. And because I don't want to have to go all the way back here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, sink it down, and just form a back wall. This one's going to be a bit different. I need to rip that out. Perfect. So this side was the armor dummy that you would, if you wanted to test out your melee weapon, this is where you would do it. And there'd be a sign up above him saying, don't break it. Break it, you buy it. Okay. Those right there. So it has some light for when you're at the counter. And then on this side, down in the hole, is the basketball goal. I'm going to get behind it now. I'm also going to put down the floor so that it stays level. So you can put the lights pretty much anywhere. So that way your target's kind of backlit. And then we get your this thingy. Now, I can't put it where I want, which is on this spot, because, well, that's not how foundations work. Okay. So to make sure that the person is stepping into the shooting lane, I'll have it a little bit further in. And yes, I would fill that in survival. I want that nice, clean, just done. So you would stand here and shoot and test out your new bow or whatever. Well, that's the only range weapon we have right now. You can throw axes at it, though, I think. Which I know Zaz keeps telling me to make or has mentioned, not keeps telling me, has mentioned about making an axe throwing thing. I might do that. I have a spot upstairs for that, too. So, that is the arms dealer area with the space to test out your melee weapon, test out your ranged weapon, come up to the counter to buy, well, whatever you're after. We have extra supplies up top, including if you're after some moonshine. And then right outside the door, just to the side. Wrong button again. Whoops, I had it. And we have the guard. And he had an ant right here. Soldier ant. But this area hasn't been built yet. Those videos are coming soon. So, we'll get there. Let's go ahead and switch back over to my survival file. So you can get one more look at it with it being completed correctly. And not squished like this version is. And to kind of take a look at that still again. As we wait for the load screen. I should have paused. So, oh, there we go. Okay. So let's go back down. So we're coming out of the apartment. You can either go up. As you can see, we're not right up against the wall. We're a little bit over, so I can do this a little bit better. And I couldn't put him directly on the rock, so I had to put flooring and stuff for him to stand on. That's the guard that watches over the backup supplies. All the extra armor. Running low on extra weapons, but that's okay. And you see, for whatever reason, it let me put this a lot further in than it did in creative, which is really cool. So, that's awesome. Like I said, if you put the... Oh, don't do that. You put the what is it, canteen right there. It looks like a little gauge. And then there's the fire to light it up right down there. Extra storage supplies because, like I said, I can get around behind near. A little bit more space. And then the same thing. He's got the spot where that guy is. Range stuff. And then you got the door. And there is the guard. And almost the exact same spot. Good. With his ant. Extra storage because this is kind of a dead space underneath. But if you guys like this content and would like to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Turn on the bell for notifications. Until the next video, you guys have a good one.